That goes. Nate Foy live for us in Tel Aviv. Nate, thank you. Joining me now with more is former Special Ops Intel analyst Brett Velikovich and former Navy Carrier Strike Group Commander Mark Montgomery. Thank you both, gentlemen, for joining me today as we continue to watch this back and forth between the U.S. and Iran and Israel. I want to come to you, Mark, first, because the president has said repeatedly now that he will not accept anything other than an unconditional surrender. What does that mean to you? What do you hear when he says that? And how soon do you think we'll get there?
Yeah, so thanks for having me. And I think what he's talking about is a fully committed 4-week air campaign, one that removes their air defense, which is already done, their IRGC leadership facilities, which is almost done, the nuclear program, the ballistic missile program and its production, and the drone missile program and its production and their naval capabilities. It gets those so they're at least 5 or 7 years away from being able to be reconstructed. That means you have to do significant air campaign bombing. So when you do that, you then get them in a position where no matter who their leadership is, they can't generate an ability to strike the United States or its Arab allies or Israel in any time in the near future, 3 to 5 to 7 years. So to me, that's the military achievement of a complete victory. And then politically, he'll have to negotiate with what type of leader it is that comes forward to lead a broken Iran.
Yeah, and we have, according to the president, just decimated their Navy. Not much left of it. Brett, I want to ask you about these Shahed drones, these suicide drones that are so cheap and easy to build in Iran. They've got tons of them. It costs us millions of dollars to even intercept these suicide drones. And these are the drones that Iran, by the way, was sending to Russia to engage with Ukraine. And the Ukrainians are very used to seeing these. And now apparently they're going to help. They're going to come and send their experts in helping us fight back. How do you think that's going to go? What can the Ukrainians offer us?
Well, the Ukrainians have tremendous expertise shooting these things down. There's no doubt about that. So we absolutely could use their assistance. But overall, the numbers don't lie, Aisha. Iranian missile and drone attacks are dropping sharply as these strikes continue. You have U.S. commanders that say ballistic missiles attacks have fallen dramatically, and the drone strikes are down more than 80% since the start of this campaign. They're running out, and it's proof that we're actually degrading Iran's ability to wage this kind of warfare. This was our military strategy going into it. It's working, and our men and women are executing it flawlessly. You see, deterrence in the Middle East only works when terrorist regimes understand there are consequences. Iran is paying that price now. For years, they tested our limits, attacking shipping lanes, arming Hezbollah, launching drones at U.S. bases. That worked for them when we had administrations in charge who didn't really care about red lines. That's over. They are not going to toy anymore with nuclear Armageddon ever again. And it's really important to understand that their primary military strategy, it revolves around drones and missiles because they can't compete with the United States or Israel in traditional air and naval power. They rely on these cheap one-way attack drones. But the fact is, with the White House now saying this wraps up in 4 to 6 weeks, we've got the ammo still, we've got the resolve, and we've got the edge to get this done.
Yeah. Mark, let me ask you about this reporting this week about Russia giving intelligence to Iran now to be able to strike our troops. This is, I think, a big game changer for Iran, who really doesn't have any friends right now coming to its aid, so it'll take what it can get. President Trump actually met with defense contractors yesterday. He says there's no shortage of munitions. So give me your read on this, because it seems like Russia is trying to get us to go through as many missiles as possible, as many of our weapons as possible, so that it can advance over in Ukraine.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So clearly here, Russia is an adversary. They're supporting our other adversary, Iran, in targeting our forces. And I contrast this with your earlier question about Ukraine. I spent a lot of time in Ukraine. They absolutely can help us with shooting down these drones. So you have an ally and an adversary. I hope the president going forward, when he deals with Russia and Ukraine, remembers exactly who Russia is and exactly who Ukraine was. Ukraine is a model ally, like Israel, willing to help us, willing to stand with us, and willing to fight an authoritarian regime aggressively. That's the kind of ally the United States needs.
Brett, very quickly here, with just 10 seconds left, the president is on his way to this dignified transfer. He has not taken boots on the ground off the table here. Do you expect to see U.S. troops in Iran?
I hope not. I don't think we need that. I think we can do a lot of it from the air. And the fact is that our forces are taking it to the enemy every single day.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, very, very much. Coming up in the next hour, we'll talk with Israeli President Isaac Herzog.